Hello guys, welcome to my channel. So I got one comment on my one video that how to open WinSCP application and then connect to a server. So if you guys don't know what WinSCP is, WinSCP is an application through which you log into your servers. So it can be a Windows server or your Linux server, but through WinSCP we basically connect to our Linux or Unix servers because they don't have any user interface. So WinSCP provides us a user interface through which we can navigate like in Windows we do. So he wants me to connect, share my views, like how can we do that. So as you can see, this is the WinSCP application and we have to provide hostname, username and password. So after doing that you have to click on login. So these are the 4 steps that we have to do, and obviously the first step is to open this application. So these kind of things we can automate using Python, and it's basically a bot, but you can say a most advanced one. So it's easy, it's not difficult, but before you start working on it you need 2 libraries. So basically first most important library is PyWinAuto, which I have already installed on it and I was playing with it for a while so that I can make it working. So after installing PyWinAuto, if you see any error related to Win32 API, you have to install PyWin32. After that you are all set, and if you are still seeing the error after this, close your idle application or your editor and then reopen them, it will work. Okay, so without wasting any time, let's just start with it. So I'll write the code and side by side I'll explain like whatever I'm writing. So first of all we need PyWinAuto to be imported, and then we need one important module or library application. So after that you need to create your own object which will contain your entire application. So I'm going to do this. So after that we need to open the application. So I'm fumbling a lot today, so please never mind. I don't know why I'm saying please, never mind. Okay, so now you need the path of the application that you want to start. Okay, so let me just tell you why we need PyWinAuto here. So the standard ones we can use, but they won't work because they can open your application, but you have to do some controlling thing. So you can see a manipulation. So for that purpose you need something heavier. So PyWinAuto is basically for Windows automation, or you can say desktop application automation. So first we need to find out the path. So usually WinSCP gets installed in your 86 library, it's just 32-bit library. So you just need to copy the path, and as it has backslashes, so I'm going to use R for raw code. After that what you need to do is, so let's just try till this one. So I'm saving it as WinSCP desktop save. And yeah, please don't ever hesitate to put comments if you don't understand anything or if you need anything specific. I'm always there for you. So okay, let's run this. So I'm getting an error. What is the error? The system cannot find the path specified. So I put the path till WinSCP, but I forgot to mention the WinSCP.exe. So let's do that. WinSCP.exe. Let's save it, run it. Okay, no error, and the application dot opened. Now you see there are 2 windows. Okay, this is a child window, login one, and the other one is a parent window. So this was a complication for me and I had to work on it a lot. After that I found out what's wrong with it. So first of all, if you need to find out the names of the windows, you can do that. Like you can have a loop created, like something like this, you can get the windows. And because this will be a list, you can obviously print out with like a variable or 0 1 2 3 index, and you can get to know about your Windows name. So I already know about the name, so which is this one, t login dialog. So I'm going to simply use this. So now what we need to do is, we needed to do 4 steps. So let me just write it down. First step was to provide IP address. Okay. Second is to provide let's say username. I'm not talking about port because that's usually never changes. So after that you need to provide password, and then you have to click on login. So click login. So these are the 4 steps now. So this app.tlogin dialog will be same for all of them. Why? Because we are working on the dialog, not on the main window but on the child window. Okay, so let's do something like this. Now what we need to do is, we need to provide the label or the field that you want to edit. So this application is not designed properly. I don't know why, but I found out. So usually this is a edit text box, so it should be named like edit 0, and this should be edit 1 2 3. So it should be like this, but it's not like this. So it's weird, but yeah, it's like this. So I found out the label name. So if you want to know about the what to say, the controls that that a dialog has, you can do something like this. So this is a method which you can find out in the documentation also, identifiers, and you can then use print method to print it, and it will print all the controls that you can see here. Otherwise just make a mistake. So let's say it's edit 0, and if you are trying to find out host name, it will print out all the names through which is tried to search, and then you can see what can be the real name for this edit box. So I did that because I don't want to waste my time anymore. So that was the fastest way. Now I know the label name, or you can see the actual name behind the scenes. So IP address one is edit 4, and if like you want to edit that label or the text field, not the label, the text field, so to do that you need to provide this. So this is the actual name, and then you are telling them that you are editing the field. Now the method set text to provide the data through which it will get replaced. I don't know what happened. Okay, so this is my local host. Okay, so this is done. Now just like that, we need to provide the username. So username is at edit 3, and then I want to edit this. I want to provide a custom text which will be so it's hanging at parenthesis, I don't know why. So let's say admin, and now I need to provide password. So I think you have guessed, so it will be edit 2, and then edit set text, and then oh boy, this is a pain. Again the password is admin. So after that, obviously it will not work because I don't have a server right now, but I just want to show you that it is possible. Now this parenthesis, this square brackets are being used to provide an element. So as you can tell, this edit and check boxes, radio buttons, these are all elements. So that's why we use this. Or there is an option else, like this is one way, other way is to use full stop and then do it like this. So I recall JavaScript and CSS this way, but if you have never worked on it, it's okay. Do it like this, and if you face any difficulty, do let me know. Now we need the login button, so I'm not going to use this. I'm going to use the second option, which will be like this. So login button has a name, login button, behind the scenes, and then I want to click on it, so click method. So let's wait for it and close this one. So I have saved it. Now let's run it. Cool, right? So yeah, that was also with this way. So not many people use WinSCP, some people use putty. So for those guys it's more simpler. Okay, so I had to work on the second dialog, but you don't have to do that. You have a single screen, and just like that you can use any application. Some guys use Cisco VPN to connect to the company's portal, so there is a second pop-up. Always there is a second pop-up, and sometimes third or fourth also. So you can do something like this to automate your application. And yeah, that was all. So thank you guys for watching, and please let me know if you have any questions on the comment section, and please support me through this process. I just have 7 subscribers, and I don't know, I expected a lot, and yeah, it's a work in progress. So I will be here for you guys. Please let me know whatever content you want me to provide. I'll do it. And have a great day. Bye bye guys. Thank you.